bit harder when you get to that third game. And we're going to tip this thing off pretty quick. The winner will go on and play this coming Friday up in Jeff City in the semifinals against Mineral Area. Nate Hudson's our engineer for the broadcast, and you can catch the stream online, too. Jim Lambert has that taken care of. You can find that on the website and on the Hot Country KDY Facebook page. So looking forward to a fun game tonight, looking forward to a win, and looking forward to the Grizzlies playing in the semifinals on Friday, hopefully. We'll take a break here. The starting lineups here on the Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply pregame when we come back in 2 minutes on Hot Country KDY.
Here's why Mahindra is the best-selling tractor in the world. At Mahindra, we stand behind our products with the industry's best warranty. Mahindra USA provides a best-in-class 7-year warranty plan that surpasses all competitors. Together with our range of Mahindra USA financing programs, customers benefit from greater support, confidence, and peace of mind. Stop in Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply in West Plains to find out more.
Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply, we're more than a farm store.
How far would you have to travel to stay at the best hotel in the world? When it comes to Holiday Inn Express and Suites locations, the answer is West Plains. This past year, West Plains Holiday Inn Express and Suites received the top rating in customer satisfaction in the world. The top flight staff provides the best customer service possible. The hotel facilities are second to none. Enjoy a wonderful breakfast, go for a swim, work out in the gym. They offer meeting rooms too. For reservations, call 257-3000. Stay the best. Holiday Inn Express and Suites in West Plains. They're there, so you can be too.
Hi, I'm Laura Thorne, Executive Director for Kindred at Home in West Plains. We take great pride in providing compassionate, quality home health care to seniors throughout our community. We are growing and looking for nurses to assist with patient care. We offer flexible scheduling, excellent pay, benefits, vacation, and sick pay. If you're passionate about helping seniors get healthier and stronger while staying in their homes, we'd love to meet you. Call us, 417-257-2080. I look forward to hearing from you.
I chose Missouri State University West Plains because I was able to get a quality education by having more one-on-one time with my professors.
Missouri State University West Plains offers opportunities like a full college experience in a small, friendly atmosphere.
I experienced so many amazing opportunities for travel, involvement, leadership, and growth. I couldn't have made a better decision for my first 2 years of college.
The education you need for the life you want is waiting for you at Missouri State University West Plains. New beginnings and endless possibilities.
It's back to the court for more Grizzly basketball on KDY.
We're back at Civic Center, starting lineups for both these basketball teams. The Roadrunners overall have a 15-13 record, so they have a winning record, but their strength of schedule is way down from what the Grizzlies have played this year. We pick up the starters for both teams, and these guys are very familiar since this is the third meeting. Starting lineup for State Fair, Khalib Blandon. He is a sophomore guard from Rapid City, South Dakota. Demaria Franklin is a sophomore guard from Chicago, explosive player. Also Malcolm Townsville, also from Chicago, sophomore forward. Dimitri Georgianis gets a start tonight, redshirt freshman, 6'10", from Richmond, Virginia. And rounded out the starting five, Cohen Thompson, a freshman guard from Memphis, Tennessee. And now here come the Grizzlies with a 10-20 mark, lost in one of the best games in recent memory here at the Civic Center on Saturday, 102-97 in overtime. And we had a record night because the all-time single game scoring record got shattered by Sadar Calhoun, who totaled 48 points in that game. Starting five for the Grizzlies will be DeAndre Vilmar, sophomore guard from Abacos, Bahamas. Alex Rodriguez, 6'9", Sao Paulo, Brazil. Alex Peterson, postman from Tappahannock, Virginia. You have Taven Horton starting five, 6'1" sophomore from Fairmont, West Virginia. And here is Sadar Calhoun. And it'll be interesting to see Sadar, 6'6", from Tappahannock, sophomore, and Florida State signee. It'll be interesting to see if Sadar, if he comes out cranked up like he did the other night, Grizzlies will win this basketball game. I want to, again, remind you our pregame is brought to you by Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply. And we thank all our Grizzly sponsors They've been great to join us on the broadcast all season long, and all are big-time Grizzlies supporters. Grizzlies will be in the white tonight, and State Fair in their navy blue. And we're about ready to tip this thing off. Alex Peterson will jump for the Grizzlies. And it looks like Thompson, and it will be Nate Thompson jumping for State Fair to no avail. And the Grizzlies win the tap, and here we go. Grizzlies shooting the basket to our left. Hope you enjoy the video stream and the broadcast tonight. DeAndre Vilmar on the left wing, curls over the top to the left elbow, picks up the dribble, gets it out to Alex Peterson. Taven Horton pops out on the left side. They've got Townsend guarding Sadar in the man-to-man. To the right corner, DeAndre Vilmar, 5 on the shot clock. Here's Sadar. One bounce, straight on three. He is in and out. And the rebound comes down to the State Fair Ball Club, who did lose Saturday to Mineral Area, but only lost by 8 points. And I think that game was at Park Hills. Left corner, Blandon shoots a three to start the game, and that's good as he knocks it in from deep range. Up the floor quickly. Here's Sadar all the way. Right hand reverse layup is good. The Grizzlies beat him down the floor, and Sadar has 2 quick ones, and it's a 3-2 ball game. The State Fair Roadrunners. Matt Brown is their head coach. At the point, Georges to the right point. Thompson left point. Here's Blandon. Puts it on the deck, drives in, floats it out to the right point. Here's a three in the air, up and no good. Rebound high in the air. Taven Horton has it, and the Grizzlies come back on the run, right to left. Lob pass to the low block. One bounce, up and under. Fade away by Alex Peterson is around no good. No rebounders there. And the ball taken down by State Fair. And they come back the other way with Demaria Franklin. He'll pull up and shoot a three. No good. And the rebound to Sadar Calhoun. Dar brings it up the middle. Floats out to the right side to the point. Alex Rodriguez, left wing. Taven's set and pops the three. No good. And the weak side rebound comes off to Blandon. One and done at each end. Ball knocked away. Good steal by DeAndre Vilmar. He'll take it all the way to the other side. And a foul be called on the play. And he'll shoot probably 2 shots. 18:08 to go in the first. And the officials for the ball game tonight are Kelly Hunt, Chase Wallinson, and Chris Mealer, who made that call on the drive after the turnover. State Fair lost here a few weeks ago, and turnovers were a big issue for them. DeAndre Vilmar free throw, back iron and good. DeAndre Vilmar with his first point of the basketball game. And he'll get one more try here. Next try won't go. Georges gets the rebound for the Roadrunners, and they'll come back. Offensively at the right point, they'll get the ball now to Thompson. On the left side, left wing by the Grizzly bench. Over the screen, Demaria Franklin curls in, lays it up, and no good, but he got bumped with the hip. That was a good call as Alex Rodriguez bumped him as he curled over the top, as he got beat off the dribble, and that'll be the first foul on A-Rod. You look for little signs when a game like this starts for energy from your basketball team. And the Grizzlies seem to be okay to start things. Demaria Franklin free throw is no good. Demaria Franklin last year, and for a portion of this year, just a terrific offensive player and a shooter. Next one is good. He's really cooled off here in the second half of the season, but he gets on the board here with a free throw. 4-3 game, and State Fair with a 1-point lead. You got to win to keep playing now. The winner will play Friday in Jeff City. Vilmar posts up in the middle, shoots off the rim, no good. A-Rod gets the rebound, lost it, picked back up inside, dishes back outside. Vilmar lost the basketball, out of bounds, turnover on the Grizzlies. DeAndre has been awfully aggressive with the basketball here in the last several games. It kind of brings to mind the old Clint Eastwood line, man's got to know his limitations, and sometimes DeAndre tries to do a little too much, and there was a case of that. Both teams have turned the ball over one time, 17-20 and counting. Grizzlies go to a half-court zone here. It's a 1-2-2 on the left side. Franklin from way out around and out, no good, and Rodriguez gets the rebound up the left side. Here comes number 1, down to number 10. Peterson in the paint, drop step, fadeaway shot is way off the mark, no good. And back the other way. Got to stop the ball. Here's Franklin. Switches over to the left hand. No good. Georgia's had it. Trapped underneath. Double team. Right hand baby hook. Won't go. And the rebound to Alex Peterson. Neither team can throw it in the ocean right now. Staggering start offensively. Let's see if the Grizzlies can get a set play here and get a bucket. DeAndre Vilmar out front. And we'll have a whistle offensive foul. And that time, Sadar Calhoun got caught with a push-off as Townsville was guarding him very tightly over on the right wing, and Dar gets his first foul of the ball game. 4-3 score. We played 3.5 minutes. Right side, Nate Thompson. Over on the left side now. At the point, fadeaway jump shot for a three, no good. Tipped over, picked up by Vilmar. Grizzlies look down the floor, and they'll hold it up. Vilmar bounce pass on the baseline. Curls in the middle, double team. Has to get help. Gets it outside A-Rod. Cross court, bad pass. Tipped out of bounds. Boy, that was lucky. That should have been a turnover that time. A-Rod picked the ball up, looked, and then threw a two-hand overhead pass. Grizzlies retain control. 16 on the shot clock. Inbound play. Now they double team the ball. Bounce it over to Sadar. Pulls up, shoots from 26 feet. No good. Rebound long to the corner. And it goes out of bounds. It'll go back over to State Fair. I want to change my previous observation. Both these teams look lethargic right now. Not moving much. A lot of standing around. And neither team shooting the ball worth a flip. At the point, Georges on the right wing. Demaria Franklin in the left corner. Wide open, Blandon for a three, and that's good. You leave him that open, and he'll make it. He's made 2 threes, 7-3 ball game. Bounce pass corner. Now Vilmar. Low block. Spinning to the middle. Up and under. Layup is good by Alex Peterson. Grizzlies got the ball in the post. And Alex was able to fake the man off his feet, go up and under, and it's a 7-5 ball game. Georges for the Roadrunners to the right in the navy blue. Malcolm Townsville with the basketball. He did not have a good game at all last time we played, and he gets called for turning the ball over here as he cupped it on the dribble. Vilmar goes out, and Tidwell comes in the ball game. State Fair with 2 turnovers. Now, Malcolm Townsville, if he is on, and he and Franklin are both on, I'm going to tell you what, these guys are a pain. For the year, Mary Franklin averaging 19.6. Malcolm Townsville averaging 12.5, but he can do a lot better than that on most nights. Ready to go again, and Malik Tidwell from Chicago, point guard with the ball now for the Grizzlies. Freshman brings it up, bounce pass across, now back over to him. He'll dribble, hand it off to Sadar, gets a screen. Now Sadar kicks it to the corner. Taven with a 3 ball, in and out, rebound by, picked up by the Grizzlies. Now Horton puts it up, no good, tipped up, no good, still alive, picked up by Franklin. 7-5 game. State Fair with the ball, 2-point lead. Drives the right side, puts it off the board, and no good, but a late whistle that Kelly Hunt will make the call from the perimeter. That'll be on the shot, and it'll be 2 shots for the Roadrunners here. And Demaria Franklin will go to the free throw line. First foul call on Taven Horton. Demaria Franklin with 1 point on the game early on. First one is good. Not much of a crowd for this Tuesday night game. Last one this season here, for sure. Next try is up and good. 9-5 game. Tidwell out front. Gives it to Sadar. Now Tidwell on the right point to the right corner. Horton down low. Good catch by A-Rod. Wraparound tipped out of bounds by Malcolm Townsville. It'll stay with the... Why is the shot clock still running? They finally stop it. 3 seconds ticked off. They need to fix that, but they're not going to. Anyway, 15 on the shot clock. Tidwell on the inbound play. Franklin Petty on the ball game for the Grizzlies. Inbound, Taven Horton. Out to the left point, Franklin Pettion, a little healthier now with that wrist injury. Tidwell, 8 on the shot clock. Here's Dar on the wing. Ball fake, dribbles over. On the baseline, raises up, shoots the fadeaway jumper, good. And the thing about Sidar is he's a streak shooter. The really good shooters are streak shooters for the most part. And once he makes a shot like that, he may start pouring them in. It's 9-7, Grizzlies trail by 2. Blandon over the top, cut off by Pettion, who has played much better defense here in recent games. He'll be back next year, and that's a good thing. He's a really good offensive player. Blandon drives the lane, hangs, shoots, no good. Ball's picked up by Georges underneath, forces it up, no good. Tip to the corner, and it's going to be Malcolm Townsville chasing it down for State Fair. Free throw line, kick it to the right corner. Blandon goes around the man to the right point. Nate Thompson with a 3, and it's no good. Tipped high in the air, no good. And Rodriguez gets the rebound for the Grizzlies. Up the right sideline quickly. Tidwell open with a 3 on the wing, no good. Rebound, Rodriguez gets another rebound, goes up, dishes over, and a foul. That's a bad break because we had a layup on the other side of the play before the foul was called, though, and it'll be a push-off as Georgiadis gets called for his first personal foul of the ball game. Dimitri Georgiadis, a redshirt freshman from Richmond, Virginia. See if the Grizzlies can tie it up here. 13:02 to go in the first half. Dar lobs it out front to Pettion. Gets it to Peterson, right corner, Taven Horton. Now here's Dar with a catch and shoot from the right point. Good! That's what I'm talking about right there. And Dar is fired up. He is fired up and ready to go. That's good. 10-9. Grizzlies take the lead on a 3. Right point, Townsville beats his man all the way to the hole. Lays it off the board and good. Bad defense that time. As Townsville beat him on the dribble and no help on the backside of that play. Tidwell gets it to Taven Horton out front. He'll get a screen going to the left. Pulls up, shoots a 3, and good! As he signals after the shot how much that was worth. 13-11, 2-point Grizzly lead. Say a couple of baskets. Funny how much of a charge that'll give your team. Townsville will drive the lane, puts it up, no good, and the rebound taken down, nearly a defensive basket interference call. Here's Pettion stepping through, lays it up good. Foul, no foul, it'll be a timeout. Franklin Pettion with a step through there, took at least 2 steps, and with 11:56 to go in the half, a timeout. Grizzlies starting to roll. They lead it by 4, 15-11, back in 30 seconds. On today's Hot New Country, KDY.
Hello, would you like me to find workout classes near you?
There are no stores that sell glasses within 10 miles of your location.
There's enough artificial in the world. That's why Michelob Ultra is brewed with no artificial colors or flavors. With just 95 calories and 2.6 carbs, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. 2019 Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri. 95 calories, 2.6 grams carbs, 0.6 grams protein, and 0.0 grams fat for 12 ounces.
The Grizzlies play here on Hot Country KDY.
Back at the Civic Center. Remember, you can catch the video of this in the live stream on our Facebook page and online at our website. And I said this, I think, a game or two ago, but the video stream just looks so good, so sharp. So wherever you are, you got access to get online. You can watch these ball games. It's been fun to be able to bring that to you this season. Jim does a really good job, and I know a lot of Grizzly fans appreciate that. We had a lot of people. I saw for the last couple of months, we've had lots of people watching the games online. Here we go back to play, and it'll be State Fair with the basketball. Blandon gets in the front court to the left wing. Townsville has it. He looks right, goes that way. Now is cut off by Tidwell. Spins to the middle. Pull-up shot, no good. And Tidwell's going to be called for a foul. And even though he got called for a foul, that was a really good job defensively to cut him off and make him pull up and shoot the basketball. Because statistically, a guy is going to shoot a much higher percentage on a layup than he will a pull-up shot from 10 feet. Here's a free throw by Townsend, and it's no good. And I understand that Malcolm Townsend's father was inquiring from Chicago about whether we had the stream up the last time they were here. And so if he's watching the ball game tonight, we'll say hello to him and welcome him to the broadcast, listening and watching from the Windy City. Next one is good, so 1 out of 2 for Malcolm Townsend, 15-12, and now some three-quarter court pressure by State Fair. Front court right corner, Dar has it, back out to the point, good ball movement, left corner. Rodriguez, baseline pull-up jumpers off the mark, air ball, picked up by Blandon for the Roadrunners. Demaria Franklin lost the ball on the real sideline, and all that was Alex Rodriguez just flicking his hand in there and caused him to lose control. Third turnover on State Fair. Sarian McGee comes in the ball game for State Fair. You notice him. He's 6'8". Probably goes about 250. Down the left corner. Here's a shot, no good. Put back, no good by Petty on the tie-up. He pulls it away. Wow, a kid can jump. On the right side, Tidwell goes up, lost the basketball, stolen away. Turnover 2 on the Grizzlies. Back the other way. 3-on-2 break all the way. Franklin goes up, lost the basketball, and it hit one of the backboard supports. Franklin cradled the ball as he went up to protect it, and then when he went to shoot it, just like a party favor, just flew up in the air. And another turnover on the Roadrunners. State Fair, back to the press. Down the left corner, front court. Cross-court pass. Franklin Pettion, baseline. Goes through. Right-hand layup. Scoop shot won't go. And that is a bit of a forced shot. Now back up the right side. You got to stop the basketball. Blandon weaves his way in. Goes up. Blocked away by Pettion. What a play that was. And now here comes Sidar at the other end. Puts it on the deck all the way. And he lost control, and a blocking foul will be the call on the Roadrunners to Demaria Franklin. In the years that I've done the Grizzly games, we've had some kids that could just really get off the floor. Franklin Pettion, it's just ridiculous. I said, what's your, I asked him one day, I said, what is your vertical? And he said, I don't know. I said, let me tell you what it is. It's a lot. He's listed, let's see, Franklin is listed at 6'3", but there's been times where it looked like he was going to bump his head on the rim. He has to come out of the ball game, and he's got a sore wrist to start with, so he's going to come out, and Kerry Elrod's going to take a look at that. I think pretty much what it amounts to right now, at least to this point, is an owie, and hopefully that'll get better. 15-12 with 10:26 to go, and it'll be Sidar Calhoun on the inbound play. Put a little ice on that dude and get ready to come back and play some more. Here's the inbound play. Lob it into Peterson, baseline. He'll hand it to Dar. He'll float out to the left wing. Gets it down to Alex on the baseline. He'll face up, go again. Now feet inside, good touch pass down low. Rodriguez up and good inside. Really good interior passing that time by the Grizzlies. A-Rod has his first basket, 17-12. And the Grizzlies have built a 5-point lead. Sarian McGee out front. On the left side, they'll move it to the right wing now to Demaria Franklin. He'll pull up and shoot the three, and that's off. Rebound, Sarian McGee, no good. Tipped long, and it's picked up by Townsend. On the right side, Franklin baseline. Leans in, shoots no good. McGee on the putback, and that's good. And we'll have a whistle. State Fair will take a timeout here as Sarian McGee gets the putback. Full timeout with the score, 9:42 to go in the first half. Grizzlies 17, State Fair 14. Back in a minute on KDY.
Mayfield Auto Repair of West Plains has been in business since 1995 and have developed specialties in domestic and import diagnostics and repair. They do everything from minor repairs such as oil changes, tune-ups, brakes, shocks and struts, and major repairs. Call them for an appointment at 256-9452 or visit them at their new location, 2090 Clark Avenue in West Plains. It's Mayfield Auto Repair.
College basketball action with the Grizzlies continues now on Hot Country KDY.
Yes? I thought I called for a 60 there. Evidently, we had a breakdown in communication. 17-14, the score. Grizzly ball in the backcourt. It'll be DeAndre Vilmar back in the ball game for the Grizzlies. I've learned one thing over the years. Don't say anything during the timeout that you wouldn't say while the game's going on. Anyway, back to play. In the front court, Sadar has it. Let's see. Looks like maybe State Fair's gone to his own. They have. Low block into the point. Left point, 3-ball Sadar. Hello. He had 48 Saturday night. He already has 10 in the first 10 minutes. Sadar Calhoun makes it 20-14. I'll tell you what, that scoreboard really blinks when you start knocking in those threes like that. And Sadar, he can do that. In the ball game, Trent Lyles, backdoor. Oh, what a really good pass on the backdoor cut by Blandon, who lays it in. To give the assist to Trent Lyles there. Really good play, young fellas. That was a great pass. On the right side, Sadar. Outside, cross court. Alley-oop underneath. Rodriguez fumbles the pass and now loses the basketball. You got to go ahead and shoot that. Down the middle, Lyles floats it to the corner, and stepping out of bounds after catching the pass was Nate McClure, just in the basketball game. A-Rod's got to remember, he had 6'9" with long arms, and when you're 5 feet from the basket, I don't care how many people are around you, go ahead and shoot that thing, because you're either going to make it or probably get fouled. You try to pass it sometimes, that bad things will happen. Vilmar front court. He's picked up by Lyles to the right point. A-Rod dribbles over, hesitates, kicks it to the corner. Here's a three, and it's good by Taven Horton. Grizzlies with 4 threes, 2 for Taven and 2 for Sadar. 23-16. At the point, George Jadis over to McClure to the right point. Here's Blandon pull up. He's inside, fumble pass, stolen away. Grizzlies back the other direction. Vilmar drives, pulls, dishes, drives. The shot no good, and a charge will be called against the Grizzlies and Alex Rodriguez. Well, the defender's time coming right down the middle of the lane and was set, and I think that's a second foul on A-Rod, and he'll have to leave the game. Nico Hill comes in the ball game. We saw Angelo was on the stream here a moment ago. List watching from New Zealand. And Nico, since taking a few games off, has really played well lately. He's on the defensive end with 4 other white shirts at the point. Here's Trent Lyles on the right wing, pass to Thompson. Thompson back out front. 23-16. Grizzlies have really picked up the pace. On the right elbow, crossover dribble. Lyles works his way in. Fadeaway jump shot is no good. Rebound. Alex Rodriguez way up high for that. Here comes Vilmar up the right side. Petillon will drive in. Feed it underneath to Nico, who's trapped. Kicks it outside. Long three by Horton is no good. It hits the top of the backboard, and it's a dead ball. 7:13 to go in the first half. The thing about Nico that really makes him unique, he's sort of a hybrid. He can play guard, he can handle the ball, and he can also play inside at both ends of the floor. So that's a pretty neat thing to have, is a player that is that versatile. Back we go to State Fair's end to the right. Franklin with the ball at the point. 6:54 to go in the half. 10 on the shot clock. Right wing pass to Thompson. Now, here is Franklin from way out, straight on, and he banked it in. That shouldn't count. But it does. And it's 23-19. Vilmar drives the lane, puts up a runner, no good. And the ball is rebounded. Here comes State Fair with Franklin. Dylan Ford got to stop the ball. Steps through. Boy, what a sweet move that was, but he missed the lay-in. And the putback is up no good. And St. Fair gets the rebound. Man, we just don't go after the ball hard enough sometimes. Here's Lyle with a three. No good. And this time Taven blocks off and gets the rebound for the Grizzlies. Vilmar with the ball. Give it up now on the left side to Petillon. Petillon curls over the middle. Goes up and up. No good. Foul on the play. Franklin Petillon will go to the free throw line for Missouri State University West Plains. 6:07 to play in the first half. 23-19 is the score. These two teams have played twice this year. Now, the first game was a pretty tight game, but MSU West Plains led most of the game up at Sedalia. The second game started tight, and then the Grizzlies pulled away and had a substantial halftime lead, and were able to hold on to that in the second half. Here's Franklin Petillon. First free throw is good. So mass substitutions for the Roadrunners. And now one more free throw for Franklin Petillon. His free throw is no good. Franklin got to see his first snow when we went to Moberly earlier this year. He went out and walked around in it. They had socks on. Here's a pass underneath. Here's Darian McGee on the weak side. Good pass, cross court, lays it in. And now travel violation in the back court on the Grizzlies. And that's a unforced error, fourth turnover on MSU West Plains. 24-21, a lapse of concentration. And we didn't do that much Saturday night except for about the last minute of overtime. And, boy, we had two big ones that really cost us the game. Right point, Blandon with a three, and that's good. And, hello, this game is tied up again, 24-all. 5:38 and counting in the first half. Taven Horton will check in. Chris Pope will be our guest at halftime. Here's a drive by Peterson. Lays it up and good. Little Matador defense by State Fair that time. Olay and Alex got the lay-in. Franklin at the other end of the floor on the dribble. And that's just that's a bad foul by DeAndre Vilmar. Just reached around and just tagged him right in front of Chris Mealer. Chris Mealer's a nice guy and a forgiving person, but he will call that every single time, especially when you can hear the hand-to-arm contact. DeAndre goes out. Nico goes out. Inbound play. Tidwell is back in the ball game. At the point, here's another pull-up three. That's good. Well, he's in his rhythm now. Blandon has made 4 threes in this half. He has 14 points, 26 all. Or they count that as a 2. That was a 2. Outside, Taven Horton, lob it over to Tidwell. They're going to sit back in the zone and dare Malik Tidwell to shoot the ball. Over the top, Petillon. Move the ball to the low block, bad pass. Just a straight-on pass tipped away, stolen. Back comes State Fair with a chance to take the lead by Franklin on a 3, and that's good. So, 4:42 to go. Probably a 30-second timeout. 4:42 to go in the half. This game is tied at 26. A 30-second timeout. Back in 30 on KDY.
Did you know Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply offers equipment rental at their West Plains location? Flexible and affordable rentals on skid steers, walk-behind trenchers, scissor lifts, welders, concrete saws, hole saws, specialty equipment, and more. 70 different items for rent. Only at Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply. Call to reserve 417-256-3749.
Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply, we're more than up on store.
Grizzly basketball continues now on Hot Country KDY.
Well, that last 3 gave State Fair the lead, 29-26. And it's Grizzly basketball with a chance to tighten it up a little bit. Alex Peterson drives the lane, a little floater off the back iron, no good. And a long pass up ahead. Franklin, no safety back, and he drives left-hand left, and he missed it. Put back by Townsend is good. (31-26). Well, we had a 7-point lead just a little while ago. Now we're down 5. 4:05 to go in the half. Taven Horton on the right side, underneath. Peterson in the lane. Free throw, fall-away jump shot, no good. Man, we can get a better shot than that early in the possession. Rebound by State Fair. Back the other direction with Demaria Franklin. Especially with State Fair starting to heat up a little bit. You got to get some good looks. To the right corner, Blandon with another 3. Good. 34-26. Sadar has it over on the left point. Bounce pass, Taven in the corner, goes up, shoots and scores. Boy, he is a D1 talent. Taven Horton with a kind of a jackknife move once he got in the lane. 34-28. The Grizzlies built their lead because they played better defense there for a while. But right now, here's Townsend with it on the side in the corner. Here's an open shot for another three, and that's good. Michael Wright just in ball game for the first time tonight. And we'll have a whistle away from the basketball. Hand check foul he calls. That'll be on Blandon. That'll be his first foul. Vilmar comes back in the ball game. And it'll be Vilmar throwing the ball in. Tidwell goes out. Petillon goes out. 37-28. 9 is the biggest lead of the basketball game for State Fair. Grizzlies had a 7-point lead at one time, and we have just not done much here in the last 4 or 5 minutes. Inbound play, Sadar has it. Gets it over to Taven Horton, left elbow. Puts it on the deck. Nearly walk. Fadeaway jump shot from 12. No good. Rebound, Vilmar gets it, saves it, gets it back. Two-handed dunk by Alex Peters. I love that when you see a player like Alex catches that ball, goes in. You can try to lay it up, but if you dunk it, there's nothing they can do about it. 37-30. At the point. Grizzlies back in the zone. Long three by Franklin. No good. Long rebound. Dart gets it, and he's off to the races 2-on-2. Take it all the way in. Kick it out to the corner. Taven with a three. It's in the air. Good. A T for three moment right there. 37-33. Malcolm Townsend, left baseline. Here's Wright with another two, and that's good. And a timeout called by State Fair. And this would look to be a full timeout with 1:55 to go in the half. State Fair is up 39-33 on the Grizzlies. Back in a minute on KDY.
How far would you have to travel to stay at the best hotel in the world? When it comes to Holiday Inn Express and Suites locations, the answer is West Plains. This past year, West Plains Holiday Inn Express and Suites received the top rating in customer satisfaction in the world. The top flight staff provides the best customer service possible. The hotel facilities are second to none. Enjoy a wonderful breakfast, go for a swim, work out in the gym. They offer meeting rooms too. For reservations, call 257-3000. Stay at the best. Holiday Inn Express and Suites in West Plains. They're there, so you can be too.
Hi, I'm Laura Thorne, Executive Director for Kindred at Home in West Plains. We take great pride in providing compassionate, quality home health care to seniors throughout our community. We are growing and looking for nurses to assist with patient care. We offer flexible scheduling, excellent pay, benefits, vacation, and sick pay. If you're passionate about helping seniors get healthier and stronger while staying in their homes, we'd love to meet you. Call us, 417-257-2080. I look forward to hearing from you.
And now more Grizzly basketball action on Hot Country KDY.
Nico Hill in the game for the Grizzlies. They break the press quickly, 2-on-1 break, and DeAndre Dries missed it, and he should have kicked that over on the wing, and now Vilmar will be called for his third foul. Or is that his second foul? 1:48 to play in the half. They had a 2-on-1 break, and DeAndre had a man open to his left, but took it all the way in, and instead is called for the personal. So 1:48 to go in the half. 39-33. And we're not putting fouls up on the board, at least not right now, evidently. So 39-33 at the point. To the right point, left point. Left corner, Franklin. Lob it way over to Blandon. He'll take it in. He's cut off by Nico Hill. Townsend curls on the left side. Franklin, left corner. Here's Wright with a three. Around no good. And the rebound to Sadar Calhoun. Did a bucket here. Tighten it up. 1:18 to go in the half. Peterson on the baseline. Drives. in the middle, slapped away, picked up in the corner. Nico's wide open, shoots that three, and no good. Tipped up by Horton, and there's Peterson. Up good, foul in the play, and the basket will count. And that play was made by Taven Horton, who tipped that ball and kept it alive. And eventually it went to Alex. He gets the basket. Now he'll get a free throw. And so he is at the line to try to complete the three-point play here. He has 8 points in the half, and the free throw is good. Georgiadis will check back in, the big postman for the Roadrunners. 39-36. Blandon will bring it up the middle of the floor, over on the left side. To the point of Blandon. Right into the post. Townsville kicks it baseline. Georgiadis. Right to Blandon out front. Gets a screen, goes right. Goes around, right elbow pull-up. Jump shot for two is no good. Rebound slapped off the floor. Georgiadis picked it up, gets it back to Townsville. He's in the lane, puts it up inside, and good. And they just wanted the ball more that time. State Fair just went after it harder and got a bucket out of it. 41-36. Here's Taven Horton with a three way short from the left point. 20 on the shot clock still on for some reason. Anyway, 17 on the game clock. I hope State Fair is looking at the shot clock because they're in for a rude surprise. 8 seconds to go in the half. Demaria Franklin goes around his guy, pull up, 12-foot shot, no good. Tidwell has it, fires it from the other end, and no good, and that's the end of the first half. So the score at the end of the first 20 minutes, State Fair with a 5-point advantage, 41-36 in the play-in game for the Region 16 tournament. And that takes us to halftime, and that means that is brought to you by Missouri State University West Plains, New Beginnings and Endless Possibilities. We're on talk to Chris Pope. Coming up next here on KDY.
I chose Missouri State University West Plains because I was able to get a quality education by having more one-on-one time with my professors.
Missouri State University West Plains offers opportunities like a full college experience in a small, friendly atmosphere.
I experienced so many amazing opportunities for travel, involvement, leadership, and growth. I couldn't have made a better decision for my first 2 years of college.
The education you need for the life you want is waiting for you at Missouri State University West Plains. New beginnings and endless possibilities. It's Grizzly halftime on KDY. Here we are as the postseason is officially here, and tonight you're tuned in to the game between the Grizzlies and State Fair Community College, the play-in game to see who will advance on to play in the semifinal round. Chris Pope is here as we look back at the season here a little bit tonight and kind of get a feel of where we've been and possibly where we're going. The fact we're playing in the play-in game tonight is something that you don't normally shoot for when the year starts. But we'll say this, a few years ago, the Grizzlies were in the play-in game and then ran the table and got to the district championship game. So it's not necessarily a foregone conclusion that you're going to win because nobody saw that coming a few years ago, right?
Well, yeah, that team was special. You know, that team went through a lot during the region that kind of put us in that place. But with injuries and such, and this team, there's been some of the same. I mean, it's been a tumultuous season, and when I say that, it's on the court, off the court, not bad person things. What I'm talking about is family-related things, injuries, different, you know, a number of different things that have side-railed us a little bit. But we sit here with a group that is more than capable of making that kind of run. That's the positive, and you know, we're doing everything we can to get it done.
Without winning the national championship, without winning the national title now, we're going to lose 20 this year. So unless we win from here on out till the end at Hutch, it's going to be the first 20-loss season. You put together, but the main reason for that, there's different reasons, but the main reason for that has been the strength of the schedule that you have played.
Sheesh, the schedule turned
out. And people that wanted to see you play a monster tough schedule, they got what they wanted. If Mineral Area had played our schedule, they wouldn't be number 6.
No chance.
There's no, way chance. They could. That's not now I'm not slamming them.
No, they've got a very good team.
That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
So here's my question. When this schedule was put together, did you feel like that you had what it took for this? Did you feel like you had here what you needed to compete? And if with this kind of schedule, if you won half your games, if you finished 500, people would look at that and say, with your strength of schedule, that's not too bad.
Right.
Were you surprised that your team wasn't able to really, endure the game after game against this level of competition?
I don't know if surprised is the right answer, but the right word, but I definitely thought we were going to be a lot more prepared for it than we were. That group of sophomores coming back with Sadar obviously leading the way, but Quentin Jones, who ended up hurting his knee, isn't playing. But DeAndre Vilmar, who has struggled this year, was a starter for us last year. Expected him to turn up and another level and have a really good year. And Alex Peterson, obviously, who has performed, but has spent a majority of the season on the bench in foul trouble. It's been those four I kind of put a lot on, and then we had a group coming in and lost a big time kid late in August that affected that, and this and that. I mean, things happen. But to answer your question, yes, I expected to be a top 10 team this year. Those were the goals, and that was the expectation that we put on ourselves. And obviously has not happened. But the other part of it, did not expect the schedule to be quite what it was. And what I mean is we knew what Ranger was going to be. They're number one in the country. That's the way we start the year. South Plains is always top 5. They were number 5 when we played them at the beginning of the year. Those are our first 2 games we open up with. And Southeastern's always tough. Coffeyville, but shoot, Cali County's number 5 in the country right now. Right. Independence they did a full turnover, and we dropped 2 in the last possession against them. Those were kind of heartbreakers, and things happened. So it ended up being that stretch early in November really put us on a tough path, So in the end, the schedule that was really tough, I put together the toughest schedule we had. But 1, yes, I thought we were going to be more prepared. 2, it ended up being tougher. The teams that were good teams turned out to be great teams. Had some great seasons and our top 25 teams and this and that. So it turned into an even tougher schedule than anticipated.
The winning percentage of the teams that the Grizzlies have played this year, I went through, took some time and added it up the other day, have a winning percentage of, this is everybody, from one end to the other of the schedule, have a 57% winning percentage. And that's 360 wins and 206 losses.
Gosh, so, yep. And that includes some teams that flip it the other way, too.
Right.
But
you have some bad teams in there, too, which, if it weren't for them,
shoot,
it would really be.
And the bad teams were a handful. Lebec came in here and got us. I mean, they're the teams that you would call bad teams, and that's what I mean. There was just no break this year. And when you have, there was no chance to breathe, no opportunity to build. That I did that to us, and to some extent. At the same time, as you mentioned, we expected to be that good. We expected to be right there. But that kind of schedule is a high risk, high reward type of schedule. If things go well, if we win the first 4 out of 5 instead of losing the first 4 out of 5, who knows where we are right now.
So as we look at this, regardless what happens for the rest of the season, you've kind of seen where you're at least you were this year, as far as so let's say the best teams, the better teams that you played against.
Sure.
And Region 16, good grief, next year Mineral Area returns everybody.
Right.
For the most part.
All but one.
Yeah. So the region season is going to be murderous again next year. So the question is, how do you recruit? What do you look for in order to get back up there and compete against the better teams?
There's some things we're keying in on from a recruiting standpoint. Number one, we've got a couple of young men sitting out that joined us this semester. They're very, very good players and will make a difference for us. Number two, the irony of this season is it's the worst season we've had. It's also the most talented team we've had. Talent only gets you certain things, and talent, you've got to have certain intangibles that we lacked, and we in certain spots in particular, and we've got to go fill those. We've got to go make up, change our makeup a little bit, and that's what our focus is from a recruiting standpoint. Right now, all we're recruiting is defense and toughness. I mean, that's rebounding. That's it. That we're offensively, no team we've ever had here has struggled to score. In my 4 years, that's not an issue. We have to go get guys that can keep the ball in front of them, that will buy into certain things, defend that you don't have to make defensive players. And we've had to patchwork defensively all year, junk it up a little bit, which I is not the way I want to play. Change a bunch of different defensive zones and schemes and presses and this and that. That's not, to me, that's not the way great teams are. And we've done what we've had to try to get things done with what we have. We've got to go get some guys that defense matters to them. Period. That you don't have to make it matter to them. That have a feel for it. That have an understanding for it. A lot of people. Defense is a skill. It's a lot of people think that if you have a great athlete, you have length, you have this, you have that they can guard. You just have to make them do it. That's not always the case. I mean, there are guys that are trying that. They simply, the footwork, the reaction, the feel for gap, for everything. There's a lot to it that is more than athleticism, and even more than toughness. But toughness is a big part of it. So we're recruiting defensive players, guys that will guard, will rebound, can keep a man in front of them, see the game defensively. There's again, that's something that is not a natural thing for guys to see the ball, see the movement, and react. And those things are things that people create, habits that people create, skill that people learn over years. And so we know what our focus needs to be from a recruiting standpoint. And with the right pieces that way, we have enough offense coming back to win. And that's not, that's not a concern in my mind. But so I feel good about, honestly, with what we've got coming back, if we plug in the right pieces.
One thing about it, I was thinking as you were talking, when you see players who are generally really good offensive players and they're not playing real good offensively, it really tends to affect the way they play at the other end of the floor.
Oh, sure.
Because it messes with their mental state and their concentration.
Right.
Now, if your primary focus is on defending and you get what you get at the offensive end, it's much easier to keep your head clear and do your job at the defensive end of the court, right or wrong?
Absolutely. That makes a lot of sense, yes.
So we're looking for more of that.
Yeah, yes, we are.
But so is everybody else.
What's funny, though, is that's not what people recruit. And so we've beaten Indian Hills on players. We've beaten Iowa Western on players. We've beaten Moberly on players. We've beaten the top programs in the country on players, on talented players. They're talented offensive players. They're long athletes. That's what people recruit, and those are the guys that get the high major recruitment and get this and get that. Not enough people appreciate what we're talking about. And it's harder to find them, honestly, too, because you don't see it in the stat lines. You don't see it. You have to go find them. But those guys, if you find them, you can. A lot of times you can get them because they aren't the ones that everybody's clamoring over.
Mm-hmm. So one other thing that people may find sort of interesting is when you talk about recruiting. Of course, you guys work with a budget, and I'm sure that affects everybody else, too. I mean,
Sure.
Everyone has the same sort of issues unless you're Iowa Western or Indian Hills or somebody like that.
Right.
But you guys have to make do with what you got. Do you do a lot of visiting, or is it more of a networking that you have with other coaches in parts of the country because you can't go everywhere?
Well, we can't. And, at this level, we're limited with staff, with not only budget, but staff and opportunity to go. A lot of these Division I coaches that come, they come in on game day because they've got an army of people to handle everything anyway. We can't, we've got to focus on our team during the year. So during the year, it's hard to get out outside of a couple of hours for travel. We hit a couple of high school tournaments and this and that so we can see more kids at once. A lot of it's done in the summer anymore. I mean, AAU is what it is. I'm not a big fan, but it is also an opportunity to get out and see a lot of kids in a short, with limited budget and a short time and all those things. But networking is a huge, huge part of it. And I mean, a lot of the best players, my Division I friends or D2 or other high school connections or AAU connections or so on will put me on players, and then you watch film, you do this, you do that, and then when it gets down to it, you go see them and make sure that they're what you need. But it takes a lot more work on the phone, a lot more work on the computer, watching games, and then you. It is important to see them live to get a real true feel. But yeah, it's difficult. The game has changed. I mean, I'll sit at home on a Friday night and watch 3 or 4 games simultaneously on my phone, on the laptop, on the computer, on TV, and it's what you do. And the recruiting world has changed from that standpoint, but. We get out as much as we can. It is difficult to do from this position at this level with the staff that you have.
It's back to the court for more Grizzly basketball on KDY.
Second half ready to roll here. The halftime brought to you by Missouri State University West Plains. New beginnings, endless possibilities. Second half ready to go, and it'll be St. Fair with the lead of 5 in the basketball. Starting 5 for both teams that started the ball game. Grizzlies go to a straight man-to-man to start the half. Georgiadis down the low block, behind the back pass. Now a set up with a little maybe hook off the glass and good. So a set play and a nice finish for Georgiadis. His first basket of the game. 43-36, Grizzlies down by 7. Vilmar in the front court. Ball slapped away from him by Demaria Franklin. Sadar has it. Dribbles to the baseline. Baseline, a little runner up off the glass and good. Sadar Calhoun has got to get going. He can't just, he had 10 in the first 10 minutes of the first half. Didn't score again the rest of the half. He has got to pick it up and help and lead this offense because we went really stagnant the last half of the first half. Here's the drive, and right around DeAndre Vilmar landed up as Blandon. And good with very little resistance that time. 18 already for Blandon. In the front court, Grizzlies with the basketball. Down 7. Left side, Taven Horton has it. Goes left baseline. The right-hand runner off the board is up and good. Taven Horton with a bucket. Taven's got 13 points. 45-40. Blandon gets around Vilmar. Far left corner, Franklin sets, pops. He stepped out of bounds in the left corner. Dean Smith, he did it. Old Dino, that was always has been his biggest pet peeve. Player stepping out of bounds, not knowing where they're at. I called Dino before the ball game tonight, making sure he was going to be pulling for us, so hi to Dino. Grizzlies back, down 5. In the front court, little half-court zone. Vilmar. Cross-court, good feed. A layup, good by Alex Rodriguez, cutting in on the baseline. That was a very nicely executed set play. A-Rod has 4. 45-42 in favor of State Fair. They come back. Blandon, high screen, steps behind it. He's going to shoot another 3. That's in and out, and the rebound tipped long. Vilmar catches up to it. The Grizzlies come back with it. Need to convert here and cut this lead down. Vilmar all the way. Right-hand layup is good. DeAndre Vilmar down the left side with the right hand. 45-44. And timeout's going to be called by Matt Brown, the head coach of the State Fair Roadrunners. 30-second timeout. We'll take a 30. 17-40 to play in the second half. It's 45-44, State Fair over MSU West Plains. Back in 30 seconds on KD1.
Here's why Mahindra is the best-selling tractor in the world. Superior performance, greater value. These are the drivers behind why Mahindra owners are so happy with their tractors and why they are so loyal to the brand. Not only is it not showing, it's growing stronger with an impressive 98% of our owners recommending a Mahindra to their family and friends and have done so an average of 9 times. Stop in Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply in West Plains to find out more.
Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply, we're more than up on store.
The Grizzlies play here on Hot Country KDY.
Pretty much dead even here, 45-44. State Fair with the 1-point lead with the basketball. 17:40 to go in the second half. Here comes Townsell, Malcolm Townsell from Chicago, over on the right point. Lob pass inside, posting up Franklin. Pump fake goes up, blocked away by Rodriguez. Grizzlies back on the run. Here comes Vilmar. Behind the back pass, 3-ball, left wing, Taven. Good! And the Grizzlies retake the lead, 47-45. Franklin out front, steps over, left wing. He'll shoot a 3. That's no good. Rebound. Sadar Calhoun has it. A little momentum here, perhaps. To the right side, Taven with an up fake. Dar, ball fake to the left. Crossover in the lane, drives in, shoots, and no good, but a blocking foul will be the call against the Roadrunners. And Franklin will be called for the personal foul. So Demaria Franklin is called for the foul. And the shooter in this case is Sadar Calhoun. And his free throw is good. So let's see. 13. So he's 23 points from the all-time record for Grizzly basketball in scoring. He needed 36 coming into the basketball game. Here's the next try, good. 49-45. Grizzlies now by 4. Be nice to see the Grizzlies just really get after it here. Put pressure on State Fair. Make them handle the ball because they don't handle the ball real well. Townsell, though, wide open from straight on good from 17 feet. Townsell has 9, 49-47. Peterson posts in the middle, goes to the basket, lays it up a good foul on the play, and the basket counts. Does a good job looking down the floor and getting the ball to Peterson early so that he had some room to work with. And so we're not keeping fouls on the big board for some reason. Thompson is called for the foul. I mean, we're just completely in the dark here when it comes to this because they're not keeping them on the board. Oh, thank you. Now the official comes over and says, you got to do that. It's not like the scoreboard isn't working. They're just not doing it. I went and checked on that at halftime. So the basket for Alex Peterson plus a free throw here. 51-47. And a free throw try is good. (52-47). Blandon on the right baseline. Townsell to the corner. Blandon picked up by Vilmar. Backs it up, crosses over, gets in the lane, hangs and shoots over Peterson. Good. That was a really good play. A good shot. Khalid Walton Blandon from Rapid City, South Dakota, has 20. Vilmar beats his guy on the dribble, lays it up, no good. Now back the other way, the Roadrunners. Step through, right-hand reverse layup, no good, and Georgiadis gets the putback. He has 4 here in the half, 52-51. Back to the zone for State Fair. Now they're in a zone. The Grizzlies need to move the basketball quick enough to give Sadar Calhoun and Taven Horton chances to get some open looks. Bounce over, Vilmar drives, hangs, shoots a floater, no good. Rodriguez gets it, feeds it back to Peterson. Passes inside, knocked away and stolen. Now stolen back. Horton gives it over. Vilmar lays it up and good. Behind-the-back pass by Taven Horton set up Vilmar, who has 5. Right corner, other end, 3 by Blandon, no good. Rebound pulled down by Alex Peterson. 54-51, Grizzlies by 3. Horton back the other way. Gives it back to Vilmar. Lob pass. There's A-Rod. Lays it up and good. Little diagonal lob pass, 56-51. On the right side now, State Fair with 14:45 to play. Taven Horton, if you're watching on the live stream, he is doing a good job denying the basketball here on the side of Franklin. Here's a drive, no good by Townsend, but he was fouled on the drive that time. And I'll rely on Sonny on who that foul was on, because you can't rely on the scoreboard. Foul's on Alex Peterson. And so Malcolm Townsend will shoot 2 shots. 56-51, Grizzlies by 5. Townsend free throw try is good. Tidwell will come in with Nico Hill for MSU West Plains. Malcolm Townsend, next attempt is good, so he makes a pair. Townsend on the year, pretty good free throw shooter. Now in the paint, here's a ball deflected over, and Alex Peterson has it on an alley-oop. He made a mid-air play there. That was something. Nico Hill curls over the top, kicks it outside, ball knocked away. Lyles and a foul on Tidwell. And that was just a case of State Fair just getting real aggressive on the basketball, and they eventually got a deflection and then drew a foul on Malik Tidwell. (56-53). Townsend on the wing. Out front, Blandon has it. A 3 would tie the game. Franklin goes around his guy on the baseline, lays it up, no good. Rebounded by Alex Peterson. Over to Malik Tidwell. Cross-court pass, Dar Calhoun, right corner. Here's Taven with a 3. That's short, and the rebound to the weak side. And now up the floor, and it's Blandon, and he is fouled by Taven Horton, who is racing back to try and catch up to him and stop the layup. And he did that, but was called for the foul with the trip. So 13:43 to go in the half, and we'll get Franklin Pettyon back in the ball game for the Grizzlies. Now, I've got Taven with 2 fouls, but who knows? Franklin Pettyon will come in. So Taven will go to the bench for a little while. And Lyles will come in the lineup. He didn't even check in. I guess we don't have to do anything like that tonight. He got up off the bench and walked into the ball game. Here's the inbound play at the point. He catches, and he's going to shoot it, and it's no good. And the rebound to Franklin, and he goes up, and he scores. There's a 1-on-2, and Franklin got the rebound from 2 white shirts. Right corner, Pettyon goes to the baseline all the way in, kicks it far side, travel violation. First turnover of the half on the Grizzlies, 56-55. Trent Lyles brings up the right side. So it was a 5-point game a moment ago. Grizzlies up. Now they're up by 1. At the free throw line, Townsend goes around Nico Hill. Up and under, lays it up and good. Too easy. Townsend with a lay-in. 57-56. Now the lead back to State Fair. Nico Hill out front, left point, left wing. Lob pass, and we'll have a holding foul on Georgiades for State Fair as he was guarding Alex Peterson. So it's nip and tuck, 13 minutes to play. Who wants to play another game after tonight? We'll find out who wants to play worse. Here's the inbound play, lob it into Sadar. Dar to the right point, Peterson. Crossover dribble, free throw line, jump shot is good. He shot a brick, and it just died on the back iron and fell in. So 14 now for Alex Peterson, 58-57, and the Grizzlies back up by 1. Left wing pass to the right side to Lyles. Pass in, and Peterson knocked it away, avoided a foul. On the right side, Lyles takes it all the way in. He goes up, hangs off the glass, no good. Peterson with the rebound, and that play defensively was made by Nico Hill, who contested the shot and caused the miss. Tidwell, left side, Peterson puts it on the floor. Left elbow up and under, right-hand scoop shot, no good. Rebounded, though, underneath. Now it's loose, picked up by Nico, no good. Tipped up by Peterson, and it's good. Nico did a good job just getting that ball up off the rim because they gave him a chance to make another play, if nothing else. And that other play led to a basket. Georgiades, 60-57, Grizzlies by 3. Left corner, Franklin. Picked up by Peterson. Goes around him, knocked away, stolen away. Franklin Pettion with it. 2-on-1 break. Take it all the way in. Right-hand reverse layup is good. Franklin Pettion with 5. Trent Lyles to the right point now. Malcolm Townsend out front. And the Grizzlies trying to determine if they're in the zone or not. Here's a drive down the left side in the corner. Has almost a walk. Here's the ball. Ooh, almost stolen by Sadara in the right corner. Picked up by Franklin. Launches a 3. No good. And the rebound taken down by Peterson. Up the right sideline. Tidwell now. Pettion ahead of the play. Catches in the right corner. Goes to the baseline. Spins to the middle. Puts it up off the board. And no good. And no one there to rebound for the Grizzlies. Back the other way. Here comes Franklin. He'll hook pass it underneath. Pump fake. Lays it up. No good. Foul on the play. And that will put Thompson on the free throw line for State Fair, and Alex Peterson picks up the foul. So the free throw shooter, Nate Thompson, or Cohen Thompson in this case, free throw is no good. Cohen Thompson, the free throw shooter, yet to score tonight. He'll get one more try. Peterson comes out. We're just guessing when it comes to official fouls here. Is that final? Yep, final. Well, Zizzers came back, made it close, but lose at Waynesville 50-47 tonight. Next free throw is good, 1 out of 2 for Cohen Thompson. He'll come out of the ball game. Young fella from Houston, Texas comes in the game now for State Fair, Nate McClure. 62-58. Tidwell. Long up ahead to Nico Hill in the right corner. Back out to Tidwell on the wing. Back to Nico in the corner. Ball fake goes around, goes up, and a dunk. A very high percentage shot right there by Nico Hill. That's the way you finish. Right baseline drive by Franklin. No good. A foul's going to be called on the Grizzlies, though, and that'll be on Rodriguez. And that, I have him for 3. Chris Pope up off the bench, pleading his case to Chris Mealer, who pretends like he doesn't hear. They hear everything. Don't think they don't, because they do. Free throw shooter is Mary Franklin. First one is good. Peterson back in the ball game. Vilmar back in the ball game. Sadar Calhoun with 14 points. Alex Peterson with 16 points. Next free throw for Demaria Franklin is in and out and rebounded by Nico Hill. Your score, 64-59. Grizzlies by 5. Bad pass on the wing, stolen by Townsville from Vilmar. Lays it up, and good. Careless turnover leads to a bucket, and now it's 64-61. Vilmar up the right side to Hill. Right point, wide open with a 3. That's way off the mark. Air ball out of bounds. And Chris Pope hollers at Nico, go to the basket. Had no one in front of him. But the temptation to shoot that 3 when you're wide open is pretty stout. They're going to take the media timeout just a little quick. 10:02 to go in the half. 64-61 is the score. The Grizzlies on top by 3. We're back in a minute on KDY.
Hi, I'm Laura Thorne, Executive Director for Kindred at Home in West Plains. We take great pride in providing compassionate, quality home health care to seniors throughout our community. We are growing and looking for nurses to assist with patient care. We offer flexible scheduling, excellent pay, benefits, vacation, and sick pay. If you're passionate about helping seniors get healthier and stronger while staying in their homes, we'd love to meet you. Call us, 417-257-2080. I look forward to hearing from you.
I chose Missouri State University West Plains because I was able to get a quality education by having more one-on-one time with my professors.
Missouri State University West Plains offers opportunities like a full college experience in a small, friendly atmosphere.
I experienced so many amazing opportunities for travel, involvement, leadership, and growth. I couldn't have made a better decision for my first 2 years of college.
The education you need for the life you want is waiting for you at Missouri State University West Plains. New beginnings and endless possibilities.
College basketball action with the Grizzlies continues now on Hot Country KDY.
(64-61), back to play. State Fair with the basketball. They trail this game by 3. Franklin Pettion guarding the ball out front against Demaria Franklin. He goes around Franklin and lays it up and good. 14-point for Demaria Franklin. And the official blew the play down for some reason as the Grizzlies played it in. Right now the Grizzlies have Taven Horton in the ball game for Franklin Pettion. Sadar Calhoun, Alex Peterson, Nico Hill, and DeAndre Vilmar. Vilmar will bring it up. Picks it up in the backcourt. Long pass up. Great catch by Peterson. Sadar has it. Baseline. Hangs, shoots, and no good, but he got fouled on the play. Alex Peterson saved that. DeAndre's pass was way too high, but Peterson went up a few extra inches there to pull it down. And Sadar Calhoun, I don't know who the foul was on. Sadar Calhoun goes to the free throw line. Shooting 2 times. First try here is no good. Dar 2 out of 3 from the line tonight. 64-63, 1-point game, 9:28 to go. Second try is good. 2-point game, 65-63. Here's Franklin, and now they're going to put Taven Horton on him. I bet he won't go around Taven quite so easily. Pass high post, nearly stolen, picked up by Townsend. A little floater from 10, no good. Alex Peterson high in the air for the rebound. Here comes Sadar up the left sideline. Grizzlies in their half-court offense now, right point. Vilmar has it. Off the screen. Sadar to the point. Taven Horton. High post, Nico Hill. No one moving, just standing around. That's not helping. Sadar baseline fall away from 16, air ball. That was a forced shot. Now back up the middle of the floor. Blandon has it. And now in the middle, Sarian McGee just spins and goes right around DeAndre and lays it in. McGee is just too big, too strong for DeAndre Vilmar. Now they jump Vilmar in the back court. Lob up ahead. Taven Horton goes to the basket, lays it high off the board. No good. Tipped out. Picked up by Vilmar in the right corner. Here's a drive and a dunk attempt missed by Sadar Calhoun. He passed up a wide open 3 and took it to the basket, but he is fouled on the play. That's on Townsend. And so they'll have to clean up the floor on the dunk attempt that is going to result in a couple of free throws here. 8:20 to go. Tie game at 65. Both these teams lost Saturday night. Grizzlies lost in overtime by 5 to Moberly. And State Fair lost by 8 to Mineral Area. Mineral Area is the regular season champion, so they're the top seed. They draw the winner of this game on Friday at Lincoln University in Jeff City. And if it's the Grizzlies, we'll have that game. Here's free throw. No good by Dar. He backed off the line a little bit quick there on the release of that shot. He'll get one more try. Alex Rodriguez in the game for Nico Hill. Every point matters. Here's the next try, and it's good. Dar Calhoun with 16 points, 66-65. Blandon drives now, jab step, gets Vilmar off in, but has to give up the basketball. Left corner, McClure with a three in the corner, good. Boy, that kid can shoot the basketball. He doesn't shoot it much, but when he does, he gets it done. Now it's a 2-point lead for State Fair. Lob pass in the low block, Peterson. Hook pass across, terrible pass, stolen on the cross court. McClure takes it the other way. Goes in, lays it up and good. So McClure scored 5 points in about 15 seconds. Now Vilmar to the far side. Horton. Rodriguez dishes across, and a two-handed dunk and a foul on the play as Alex Peterson got the dish from Alex Rodriguez. Sarian McGee with the foul. He'll come out for Georgiades. 70-68 with 7:29 to go. Turnover-wise tonight, the Grizzlies have not done that bad. 8 compared, 8 a team. Free throw good by Alex. And so that makes it a 1-point game, 70-69. Top of the key, Blandon down the lane. Franklin curls over the top, and a blocking foul is going to be called on Vilmar. That was a whole bunch of people here hooting and saying that's a bad call. That wasn't a bad call. That was the right call. As he cut across the lane, Vilmar stuck his hips out to draw the contact and did get called for the foul. Now Malik Tidwell will come in for him. 7:16 to go, 1-point game. And Malik is out there with Dar Calhoun, Alex Rodriguez, Alex Peterson, and Taven Horton. And the free throw is good. (73-69). I didn't notice that shot going in, but I guess it did. So, 4-point ball game. Alex Peterson at the left point. And Sadar shoots the three straight on. Good! He just needs to step up and just take over here because he could do that. 73-72. Assert yourself, be aggressive, and holler at your guys and say, throw me the ball. Here's Demaria Franklin, 17-footer, left side, good. 10.5, 19 for the game for Demaria Franklin from Chicago, 76-72. Tidwell out front. Bounce, no one moves. Now he'll go to the left wing. Someone's got to come out. There's Sadar on the bounce at the point, picked up by Townsend. Crosses over, lost the basketball. Just dribble it off his foot. Landed in the front court now. Left side, left corner. Franklin with a deep three off the side of the backboard, and it's going to. They didn't hustle after the ball, but it's saved back into Taven Horton for the Grizzlies. Taven Horton, left elbow, baseline. Peterson dribbles across, kicks it to the right corner. Dar has it, picked up by McClure. 17 on shot clock, 4-point game, just under 6 minutes to play. Tidwell curls over, down the lane, bounce pass off a foot, but no whistle. It's going to be a carry to the bat. Boy, what a break for the Grizzlies as Blanton lost control of the ball and carried it at the midcourt line. They had 3-on-1. That was a sure basket. And the Grizzlies have been very careless with the basketball here in the last 2 minutes. Lucky to only be down by 3. 75-72. They'll throw the ball in at midcourt. So Tidwell, Calhoun, Rodriguez, Peterson, and Horton. Calhoun on the inbound play. Right elbow, Peterson puts it on the floor, goes up, right-hand hook, no good. Ball out of bounds, it'll be Grizzly basketball. Lob pass inbound. Sidar will come and get it. Has two guys chasing him. Backdoor cut, one a feed. Peterson no good, but a foul in the play, and he'll shoot two. Great job by Sidar Calhoun that time. He had two guys chasing him, so that figures somebody isn't being guarded, and he found Peterson cutting to the basket. 5:25 to go. Peterson at the free throw line to shoot two. First try is good. 75-73. Next try, no good. Rebounded by State Fair and Demaria Franklin. Demaria Franklin playing way better than he played here in the last game against the Grizzlies. And Townsville's played better too. Thus, they have a 2-point lead. 75-73. 15 on the shot clock. Blandon just yo-yos it out front. Drives, and now he's fouled on the drive. And evidently, State Fair looking at this like Khalif Blandon, who stands about 6'4", Malik Tidwell, who does not, and that's a big size advantage. And Blandon they just held it, went one-on-one, and he drew the foul on the drive. Foul is on Tidwell, and the free throw is good by Blandon. He'll get one more, and he has 21 points tonight. His next try is good. 77-73. Left side, Horton beats his guy on the drive. Feeds it far side. Calhoun with a three. Good. 77-76. Sidar has 22 points tonight. 14 from the all-time school record for a career. Blandon off the screen. Cross court. Ball knocked away and almost stolen by Peterson, but picked back up. McClure, right side, right corner. Townsville. They're giving him the baseline. He takes the baseline up and under, lays it high off the board and good. They dared him to do it, and he did it, and he scored. 79-76. A-Rod has it, nearly walked with the ball. On the right side, Tidwell. Right corner, Sidar. Drives in, kicks it outside. Left corner, A-Rod with a three for the tie. No good, and an offensive foul is going to be called on the Grizzlies on Sidar Calhoun, who was into the back of McClure and pushed him forward, got called for it. And so it'll be a 1-and-1 at the other end. That was a 10th big shot right there, potential to tie the game, but instead it'll put Malcolm Townsville on the free throw line for State Fair. The old saying is it's hard to beat somebody 3 times in a season. Here's the first free throw, good. And State Fair, they haven't punched their ticket yet. They've decided they want to go on. Grizzlies the same. It's a 4-point game, 80-76. Next free throw is good. Now it's a 5-point game, 4 minutes to go. Taven Horton gets a pass on the right side, goes around this guy, and a whistle hand check foul on Nate McClure. With 3:48 to go, it'll be a 1-and-1. And so we'll get subs coming in right back in the ball game for State Fair from McClure. And that will be it. Taven Horton at the free throw line. He's got 16 points. 5-point difference. The 1-1 front end, good. (81-77). Vilmar comes back to the ball game. He'll come in for Malik Tidwell. Xavier Smith has not played at all tonight. In fact, he's not even on the bench. Free throw good by Horton. Front court, 81-78. Take care by 3. Loose ball, Blanton picks it back up as it was knocked away by Vilmar. Down the lane, kicks it out on the wing. Townsville with it. Gets the screen right. Goes around that. Free throw line jumper high in the air off the board and good. Straight on. Gee whiz, that's 2 of those they've made tonight. Townsville makes it a 5-point game again. 83-78. David Horton. Right side. Here's DeAndre Vilmar. And that's a blocking foul out front. And that's really not a bad foul for State Fair. 3:02 to go. They're up 5, and they foul DeAndre Vilmar, who is percentage-wise not a very good free throw shooter. And it's a 1-1. DeAndre Vilmar is a 28% free throw shooter, and he misses. So this is a big trip down the floor. The Grizzlies have got to get a stop here. Townsville has it out front. Goes around the screen, down the lane, goes up, lays it up. No good. Blocked by Peterson. And the Grizzlies come back with Calhoun. 2:36 to go. Vilmar with it. Free throw line, ball fake. Peterson goes up with a floater, no good, and a foul on the play. Blocking foul is going to be the call on Georgiades. (83-78). It's in the act of shooting, so he'll get 2 here. 2:29 to go. And the free throw good. Malik Tidwell back in for Vilmar. (83-79). And the next one good. One possession game, 83-80. Grizzlies go to a full court press. Up the left sideline, Townsville. He'll be trapped. Oh, pass across, nearly lost. Blandon chases it down, though. 2:15 to go. Grizzlies down by 3. Blandon on the floor. Puts it up on the driving layup. Good. Man, beat off the dribble. Again, it'd be interesting to know how many times that's happened tonight. Taven Horton up the right sideline. Left point, left corner. Sadar down 5. 2 minutes to go. Sadar up and no good. Whistle. Blocking foul. He'll shoot 2 with 1:57 to go. Blandon with a foul. Dar to shoot twice. So they'll have to clean up the floor where the players fell, and Sadar Calhoun, let's see, how's he done? 4 out of 6 tonight from the free throw line. But he gets 2 shots here. First try is no good. 1:57 to go, and that hurts because if you make 2, then it's still a 1-possession game. Now, regardless whether this goes in or not, it's 2 possessions. Free throw good. 85-81. Up the left sideline, Townsville. Front court, Franklin. Right side, Lyle back out front to Blandon. Now, we're under 2 minutes, 1:45 to go, and it's a 4-point game. You got to get a stop. You have got to get a stop here. They're going to eat time. 8 on the shot clock. Townsville has it. Puts it on the floor, drives in, up and under, shot blocked, picked up by Franklin, and he lays it up no good. Rebound Peterson up ahead. Dar Calhoun. Take it to the bucket. Dar, he goes up. Little baby hook shot. Good. Sadar makes it a 2-point game. 1:17 to play. Blandon nearly double dribbled in the backcourt. Franklin has it up the right side in the front court now. 108, 85, 83, State Fair. And we'll have a whistle. Chris Mealer, one of the officials on the baseline, stopped the game because he found some moisture on the floor. And so they'll get that all cleaned up before we move any further along. Here's the deal. 1:03 to play in the game, or at least in regulation. 85-83. State Fair leads by 2. They have the basketball with 17 on the shot clock. Need a good defensive stand here. Stay in front of the ball handler. If they're going to score, make them shoot it over you, not go by you. Here's the inbound play. Blandon out front, guarded by Tidwell, and they're going to try to take him because of his size around the screen. Tidwell cuts off the ball handler, and now Blandon moves back out. 8 on the shot clock. Down the lane. Hangs and shoots, and he missed it. And the rebound, Taven Horton, and a reach in, and a foul's going to be called, and that'll be a 1-and-1 with a chance to tie the game. Demaria Franklin called for the foul. Taven Horton will go to the other end, and that, well, it's going to be a double bonus. It'll be 2 shots for Taven Horton. If he can make them both, we'll be tied with 49 seconds to go. I had 2 games Saturday. They both went overtime. So here's the 4th game in, well, this is the 4th game, and this potentially could be overtime number 3. Here's Taven Horton at the line. Free throw is good. One more to tie it. This would be a big boost for the Grizzlies to get even here with essentially 49 seconds to play. Here it is, and it's good. We're tied up at 85 all. Grizzlies take a 30-second timeout with the score, 85-85. Back in 30 seconds on KDY.
Hi, I'm Laura Thorne, Executive Director for Kindred at Home in West Plains. We take great pride in providing compassionate, quality home health care to seniors throughout our community. We are growing and looking for nurses to assist with patient care. We offer flexible scheduling, excellent pay, benefits, vacation, and sick pay. If you're passionate about helping seniors get healthier and stronger while staying in their homes, we'd love to meet you. Call us, 417-257-2080. I look forward to hearing from you.
Grizzly basketball continues now on Hot Country KDY.
With the Grizzlies trail by 5 with 1:40 to go, it did not look good. Now we're tied at 85 with 48.9 seconds to go in regulation play. The Grizzlies have Peterson, Calhoun, Vilmar, Tidwell, and Horton on the floor right now. In the backcourt, Demaria Franklin will throw the ball in. Kelly Hunt tells Chris Pope, get off the floor. Here we go. And for the first time tonight, you hear some noise coming here from the crowd. 85 all, 20 on the shot clock. Blandon out front. On the bounce, he's going to just hold on to it. 13 seconds, screen going that way. Pushed off, kick it cross court. Now Townsville drives, goes up, partially blocked, and a foul is called on the shot. So he'll shoot 2. Sadar Calhoun is called for the foul. So 2 shots, and that's the smart thing to do. I mean, drive and try to get fouled. 2 shots, Townsville, first one good. Boy, big second half for Townsville. 15 of his 22 points here in the second half. Vilmar comes out of the ball game now for Rodriguez. Next free throw, good. And immediately Matt Brown, the head coach of State Fair, will call timeout. 23 seconds left. The shot clock is off. The Grizzlies with the basketball trail by 2. We're back in a minute on KDY.
I chose Missouri State University West Plains because I was able to get a quality education by having more one-on-one time with my professors.
Missouri State University West Plains offers opportunities like a full college experience in a small, friendly atmosphere.
I experienced so many amazing opportunities for travel, involvement, leadership, and growth. I couldn't have made a better decision for my first 2 years of college.
The education you need for the life you want is waiting for you at Missouri State University West Plains. New beginnings and endless possibilities.
Hello, would you like me to find workout classes near you?
There are no stores that sell glasses within 10 miles of your location.
There's enough artificial in the world. That's why Michelob Ultra is brewed with no artificial colors or flavors. With just 95 calories and 2.6 carbs, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. 2019 Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri. 95 calories, 2.6 grams carbs, 0.6 grams protein, and 0.0 grams fat for 12 ounces.
And now more Grizzly basketball action on Hot Country KDY.
What's going to happen now? 23 seconds to go in the ball game. 87-85 State Fair with the lead. And here we go. Grizzlies with a chance hopefully to tie, maybe even take the lead and whistle. And a timeout's going to be called. Full timeout will be called by Chris Pope and MSU West Plains. So, and this is one of those things, one of those little things that has been a hang-up for the Grizzlies this year. Running set stuff. And out of the timeout, they're going to try and set something up on the sideline. Now, one thing that they've really had a lot of success against State Fair, and that is getting the ball to the weak side from the wing, passing diagonal, and getting people open for easy baskets. Now, something like that you might watch for here. But the first thing you've got to do is get the ball inbounds. Then you got to get it to the spot on the floor where you're going to start your play. And you have to take care of the basketball. You can't just lazily get into your offense. You've got to get it in, get it where it needs to be. Then you can go to work. But you can't be careless with it. Taven Horton is going to throw the basketball in. And a lot of the times your throwing guy is the guy that it ultimately ends up in the hands of. Here we go. 19 seconds, down 2. The season on the line. Here's the inbound play. Tidwell in the right corner. He'll dribble it out to the wing. Now Dar has it. 12 seconds to go. Screen to the left. Jab step. Goes that way. Dar, top of the circle, hangs and shoots a 3. No good. And the rebound tipped high in the air. No good. Rebounded State Fair Franklin, and that's going to be the ball game. For all of that, they're going to say the time has not expired. They're going to call a foul, I think, before time ran out. But how much time actually is going to be put on the clock is not going to really matter. And so the season is going to be over for the Grizzlies. Now it's a matter of determining. Well, they're going to put 1.4 on the clock. Who the foul was on, nobody knows. Demaria Franklin will be a free throw shooter. So you're not going to have enough time to do anything with it. If you get the rebound, you're just going to have to turn and just baseball it to the other end. I think they've determined Sadar Calhoun will be called for the foul. Franklin, the free throw shooter, shoots 2 for State Fair, and they'll go on and play Mineral Area Friday. Free throw good. State Fair, after losing here fairly decisively a few weeks ago, they come back in here and they're going to win this one. Next one, no good. Calhoun from the other end of the floor, no good. That's your ball game and the season. The Grizzlies lose 88-85, and that'll take us to our final post game of the season. Brought to you by Holiday Inn Express and Suites. Go stay with the best. Stay at Holiday Inn Express and Suites in West Plains. 1 minute timeout, and Chris Pope will join us on our post game coming up next on KDY.
How far would you have to travel to stay at the best hotel in the world? When it comes to Holiday Inn Express and Suites locations, the answer is West Plains. This past year, West Plains Holiday Inn Express and Suites received the top rating in customer satisfaction in the world. The top flight staff provides the best customer service possible. The hotel facilities are second to none. Enjoy a wonderful breakfast, go for a swim, work out in the gym. They offer meeting rooms too. For reservations, call 257-3000. Stay at the best. Holiday Inn Express and Suites in West Plains. They're there, so you can be too.
Here's why Mahindra is the best-selling tractor in the world. More performance, more strength, more value. Mahindra tractors deliver on every point. Built with heavy-duty components, Mahindra tractors have the power to lift heavier loads and use larger implements so you can get your work done faster. Stop in Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply in West Plains to find out more.
Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply, we're more than up on store.
It's back to the court for more Grizzly basketball on KDY.
Yeah, did everything wrong.
Well, the final score is 88-85. State Fair wins. They'll play Mineral Area coming up on Friday. Season over for the Grizzlies here in the play-in game at the Civic Center. And, you know, this game today, as Chris Pope joins us, you know, this game today is just kind of a microcosm of the season. You get so close, and you're right there to win the basketball game. It doesn't, you know, not every game's like that. But it comes down to executing.
Yep.
And doing what you're supposed to do, and it's almost like the Wile E. Coyote Acme Dynamite set, you know?
You know, it's amazing with the game of basketball. It's not about talent. It's not about what you can do with the ball. Any young guys out there, young girls, guys listening, learn to play the game. Learn the game of basketball and what wins. All of the coaches across the country, middle school on up, are running shell drill. All the coaches across the country, middle school on up, are talking about rebounding, are telling you how important it is to pass, how important it is to do this and do that. And those are the things that win games. We gave up, I don't know how many offensive rebounds.
Oh my gosh!
But it's the same thing, you know, against Moberly, as well as I think people thought we played and that game was and whatnot. We gave up 26 offensive rebounds. 26 offensive rebounds. And we didn't do that tonight, but Moberly's a different animal with rebounding. But that cost us the game tonight.
Yeah.
I think they had at least 16 points in the first half off offensive rebounds. That's the game. Learn to box out. Box out, put a body on somebody, make those things important. Learn to keep somebody in front of you. The mentality of kids across the country as you go watch AAU games and high school games and everything else, it's they score, I go score. It's highlights. It's, you know, all this and that. Learn to play the game because it's a simple game. You do what you just said is that you do the right thing. You do your job. Know your role, do your job, make simple plays. It's a simple game. You don't need a bunch of double, triple, quadruple move, dribble move stuff. You don't need to jump higher. You need to be a good, fundamental, solid basketball player. We were not a good, solid, fundamental basketball team this year, and it cost us again and again and again. So it was no different tonight. With turnovers, bad turnovers, and defensive rebounding. Those two things cost us all year. That is the story of our season.
The offensive rebound thing, man, that was just a killer tonight. And tonight, as opposed to the last game here, Townsville didn't have much of a ball game. In the last game here, he didn't score much. Franklin actually wasn't all that great the last game. No. Tonight, the three guys, them plus the Blandon kid, combined for 67 points. And you know, they were able to get, and they did it consistently the same way. They didn't really hurt us from the outside so much. Blandon did the first half.
Number one did, yeah.
Yeah, but overall for the game, they had one goal, and that was to get the ball to the basket, and they did it repeatedly.
Again, I'm talking big picture here at the end of the season and all, but again, you talk about what's going on with basketball across the country, and I don't blame Golden State. I think it's just a natural progression of everything, but everybody wants to shoot the ball. It's the day and age of the three-point basketball, but the game is won and lost in the paint. It's absolutely won and lost in the paint. Perimeter shots are a big part of the game, but rebounding, defending, getting fouled, putting pressure on the defense, doing everything, the game revolves around the paint, around the basket. And again, that's where we weren't great. Got a lot of guys that want to shoot threes, and a lot of guys that can shoot threes, but in the paint, that's where we like I say, it's won and lost. We lost the games there.
You got to know your limitations, you know.
I guess.
So Clint Eastwood said one time. And all the things you're talking about is the reason I hate ESPN. You know?
Oh, shoot, ESPN. ESPN's great for the games that they broadcast, but, you know, again, we're sitting here talking about philosophical stuff, but the highlights, the YouTubes, everything, that's what people watch. And that's not how you win and lose games. It's just not how you win basketball games. It's a small piece. I'm not going to discredit it. I mean, individual skill, individual ability, the ability to go score, those things are important, but within the framework of the game. And that's why I think you're talking about, you know, Sports Center and highlights and constant cut and try. You get the summary games that they show and all those things. Young fellows, young people, watch the game, learn the game.
Microwave life.
Yeah,
do it all in a minute. What are you going to think about this? With this, the way the season ended, 10-21. Number one, it wasn't a 10-21 kind of year in the sense that the team generally competed against most of the teams that we played against. But it's just, what will be the memory stick out about this year?
Well, on the positives, I mean, we competed game in, game out. We had a few, at Indian Hills, Coffeyville. We had a couple where they just flat beat us beginning to end. But for the most part, I mean, we played, I think, 8 out of the top 10 in the last week's poll. I mean, we played the best schedule anybody could have put together. We simply weren't ready for it, and that's on me to a large extent. But you know, but our guys were in it. Our guys fought to the end. I mean, I thought they were playing hard down the stretch. And as you say, I mean, when you're 10-21, I mean, you look at most teams and they've checked it in. They're done. And our guys showed some heart in simply continuing to try to do what's asked of them and trying to get better. The positives are freshmen. Chiefs, our freshmen, have come a long ways. Alex Rodriguez, beginning of the year to now, night and day. Franklin Petillon couldn't leave on the floor at the beginning of the year because of the things that we're talking about. Quite honestly, he's learning to play basketball. He is an individual, big-time individual talent that is learning the game. Nico Hill has come a long ways. Malik Tidwell has come a long ways. Xavier Smith didn't play hardly at all, and he was sick tonight, home with the flu, but ends up starting late. And, I mean, so our freshmen, the development of our freshmen is a major positive. We've got a couple young men sitting out that are really good. We've got a couple commitments that excite me, and we're simply recruiting defense and rebounding and toughness. Those things. We what did we end up with tonight? 85. Is that us? Mm-hmm. I mean, we didn't play very well, and we end up with 85. We've never in my 4 years had issues scoring, other than a game here, a game there. But it's everything for us. Focused going forward is about adding defense and rebounding, and got just winners. I mean, geez, we just want winners, and hopefully these freshmen can take a lot from this. I know we've had a lot of conversations, individual conversations, group conversations, a lot of different things where, and I think there's growth there. Again, credit those kids, because young men, I should say, because they could just be blowing things off and being negative and not growing from it. And I really do think the guys that I mentioned, that group of freshmen I'd say have come a long ways. I really think they're going to learn from the season, grow. I think it's a pretty driven group to get better. I think the group from last year, and credit my sophomores that have been here 2 years and everything. I mean, I love those guys. These young men are family, but they the drive to get better wasn't there to the extent that it needed to be. The drive, they wanted to win, they wanted to be good, but the understanding of we have to be much better in these areas, and I have to get better, I don't think ever really truly got through to a number of them. And this freshman group is different in that sense. Nothing's been given to them. They didn't have success as freshmen. I believe they will grow and battle and be coachable through the off season. And as crazy as it seems, a lot of times you would sit here at 10 and 21 and say, we got clean house. We need a whole new group. This and that. The group that we've got in place coming back with the right pieces is dangerous. Is a very, very good, collection of talents and personalities, and actually in leadership, to be honest. And I think that's another area that's grown through this. So that's the biggest positive. When you ask me what I take from it, I look forward. The sophomores, I can't thank enough for all they've done. No matter what the results were on the wins and losses, they're here every day. They work every day. I have not had. They've been respectful. They've worked. They've given a lot to our program, our institution, this town. So they've been great citizens and done a lot with the community. And so they're. I appreciate them for who they are. Like I said, they're family. They're all going to move on to good things. These freshmen, it's a group that's got a chance. They've got to do what it takes now, and hopefully this has been an eye-opening, awakening season. But hopefully we can build on it and flip it right back, because that is one beautiful thing about this level. Even with that group, we're going to replace half our team, more than half our team. You change a lot in a year, and we went from national contenders to a struggle, and our goal is to flip it right back and be national contenders once again next year.
All right, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you for everything too, Harlan.
You bet. Anytime. Chris Pope, our here on the post game, brought to you by Holiday Inn Express and Suites. Here's the odd thing. Well, an interesting thing, at least. I was mentioning to Chris, their top three scorers scored 67 points combined tonight. Top three scorers for the Grizzlies scored 67 points tonight. The difference, not much. It came from the bench. And again, the bench didn't score that much, but just enough to make the difference in an 88-85 game. The Grizzlies finished the season at 10 and 21. Leading scorer tonight was Sadar Calhoun with 25 points. He finishes 11 points short of the all-time career record here at Missouri State West Plains as he gets ready to play collegiately at Florida State. Alex Peterson had 22. Taven Horton had 20 tonight. They were the leading scorers for the Grizzlies. Leading for State Fair with 24 was Blandon, and he was really good, especially the first half tonight. He made 4 threes, had 16 of his 24 in the first half. So that'll do it for us. And thanks to those that were listening to our broadcast this season, and especially those, too, that were watching on the video stream. It was a pleasure to do that. Jim Lambert did a wonderful job of organizing and presenting that on our social media platforms and on YouTube. And thanks to everybody that tuned into the broadcast this season. A lot of fun. It was just a really tough year and really an odd season. A team that talent-wise was better and competed better than 10 and 21, but it's like Parcells would always say, you are what your record says you are, and we were 10 and 21 this year, so we've got some work to do before next season. Anyway, State Fair goes on. We wish them the best of luck against Mineral Area on Friday. And until we tee it up again next year, that's going to do it for us from the Civic Center. I'm Harlan Hutchison. Thank you so much for joining us, and also Nate Hudson, engineering the studio. Season ends for the Grizzlies. State Fair wins it, a final of 88-85, as we say goodnight from Joe Paul Evans Arena at the West Plains Civic Center.
Grizzly basketball on Hot Country KDY is brought to you by Burton Creek Medical Clinic, Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply, Great Rivers Distributing, Holiday Inn Express and Suites, Mayfield Auto Repair, Missouri State University West Plains, and by Ozarks Medical Center.